The third set will be played on Naro's station. Spawning in the top right-hand position, the green Terran from KT Rolster, the ultimate weapon. His name is Flash E. Young-ho.
His opponent spawning in the bottom left-hand position, trying to snipe Flash. Spawning as Red Protoss, playing for SK Telecom T1. His name is Parting.
Well, what's his Korean name?
Do we really have to go there?
Well, I said Flash, so I figured maybe you would say Parting's Korean name.
Fine, Won Ishak.
Won Ishak. Name to remember.
Well, there's a reason why they call it the 111.
Yeah.
Like W-O-N.
More like the 111.
111.
Yeah.
It works out because that's actually his last name.
Yeah, it's his last name. Won is the currency in Korea, and Parting is he did the Soul Train build, his build, so he made a lot of money off that build.
You could tell it by looking at his Twitter photo.
Well, he changed it,
photo.
but his old
one.
The old one was basically Parting's face superimposed on someone who had a lot of money in the background. He was smiling, smoking a cigar. He's looking pretty happy about that. Well, then again, you know, someone that's his age, so young, I think Parting is only like 18 or 19 right now.
20 Korean age.
20 Korean age, so that's 18. Around 18.
19-ish.
18 or 19, normally.
Parting has been doing fantastic in Starcraft2, but then again, that's when the players start shining, the key players. Remember Flash? He started doing well when he was 16.
Didn't he win his first OSL when he was 15, though?
You know, around that time. You know, I don't have the exact number in my head.
Well, I remember recently reading over something about that. He is the youngest player, I think, in history to win a title. Maybe Life was able to overcome him, but I think it I think it was like really close.
Maybe it's really close between the two players. I think Life might be the youngest player, but you know, Flash and Life, the two of the best StarCraft players out there.
Yeah, absolutely. There is. I don't think anyone will disagree with you on that. All right, it looks like our Protoss player is going to do something sneaky here. He's got a probe over here. Could most likely see some type of proxy play. We have the engineering bay going down at the natural for Parting. That's going to delay the Nexus from going down.
And this is really good because Flash doesn't scout around until he gets a Reaper out.
Yeah, he doesn't. And look at that, also not mining any more gas. Just going for the Reaper and the reactor, that's it.
Not going to finish the engineering bay, instead it's going to scout and just going to pull the SCV and allow the Reaper to see that there's no Stargate inside the main base, but outside of the main base. Now, if Flash does get inside with the Reaper, which he did, and if he actually counts how many pylons there are inside the main base, he should know something is missing inside the main base.
True. And also the fact that there's actually no units out yet except for that mothership core, that's going to send the Reaper away. And let's see if that Reaper tries the scout for any potential proxies. We do have an SCV scouting over here, but I think it's going to eventually spot it.
Flash already knows because he built an engineering bay right after. You know, he's getting a fast +1, but it does work against a fast Stargate, and Flash is going to scout it.
Yep.
There we go.
There it is. We're not too surprised, to be honest, that this happened, because if the Protoss player only has 2 pylons in his base when the Terran scouts at that timing, then it has to be some type of proxy. What kind of proxy is it? Most likely Stargate proxy. So, like you said, we already have the engineering bay complete. 2 turrets are being built from our KT player here, Flash. And this is going to make sure that the Oracle can't really do much economic damage.
The second turret positioning is a little bit weird, and some people might say he needs to build a turret in the mineral line, but it's actually fantastic because it's built right next to the barracks, which means that the Oracle cannot get a free shot on the Marines when they're on the ramp.
We have a second Oracle on the way.
So Parting is saying, you know what, I know that you scouted it, but I'm just going to go for it at this point.
He's pulling an MC. He basically overcommits to something to the point where his opponent doesn't expect anything. And Parting, you know what, I like this. He's not doing any damage with this Oracle just yet. He's just kind of keeping his opponent scared here. And Flash, he is not building another turret by that natural mineral line. So if we get up to like 3 Oracles here, that means that, you know, it's not going to be safe. Okay, look at this. The Oracle moving in, trying to see if we can go in on a good location. And the turret's just in such good positioning here that this Oracle can't really do too much damage.
Yeah, so if he really wants to make this work, he needs more than 2 Oracles at this point. Yes, he did make up the 2. He stopped at this point, and Parting is saying, I'm not going to commit to this anymore. Instead, I'm going to get a robot.
You know what? I remember we saw the 2 Oracles being used quite effectively in another TvP, where you kept the Oracles and just throughout the game used them and were really annoying with them.
Yeah. So now the Reaper is going to scout the Stargate, but the Oracle at the natural does get a few shots from the Marine, but it's not going to get taken out. But at the same time, trying to get some SCVs inside the main base.
Nice micro there from Parting. Ooh, up to 5 kills already. So these are slowly starting to pay for themselves. Until a Viking is out, the Oracles are going to remain a really annoying threat. And Flashy doesn't really want to get that Viking out early enough. He has to focus more on his economy. More good harassment here from Parting, just really being annoying with these Oracles. And I'm actually surprised we don't have a 3rd turret up at the natural there.
Yeah, especially since Flash is known to build up to 75 turrets in a single game.
He's done that before?
Yes, he's done it in TBC back in Brood War. He just built so many turrets against his opponent that the Mutas and the air units couldn't do anything.
I guess with 75 turrets, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, the Reaper did manage to kill off that that pylon there. Marines still forced to stay in the main base here, and the Oracle's trying to slip through there. Oh no, it's gonna go down. Too bad that the debris there can't kill the Marines, because it would have crushed them there.
Physics? Real-life physics? What real-life physics? It doesn't work in StarCraft.
No, otherwise we'd have command centers crushing Zerglings.
That would be fun to watch. Yeah. Then again, back in Brood War, there was a incident where the siege tank got crushed by command center.
And interceptors. You could crush interceptors in Brood War.
Thank God it doesn't happen in StarCraft2, because like they could...
Carriers are already useless. Like, you don't need to like rub salt in the wound.
mean, yeah, I know carriers are useless, but I want to, reminisce about, carrier usage in StarCraft.
Yeah. One of the units I would love to see more of, but you know what? Maybe the metagame isn't there yet. There's still a chance that someone can figure out how to make them work. The Reaper is doing a really good job here, scouting out everything here. He's got 2 kills on it already as well. And Parting getting juked here pretty easily, but these units over here will go ahead and kill off that Reaper. Twilight Council spotted as well right before the Reaper died. We still have 1 Oracle alive. I have to say that it's still pretty even between these guys. Flash slightly ahead in the supplies here, not by too much. Uncharacteristically supply blocked as well.
All Parting can do with a single Oracle right now is a Revelation, and he needs to start using them right now because the energy is being saved up. The Oracle is in perfect position to see when the Marine is going to move out on the map, and that's a lot of Marines, but the Oracle does spot it.
The Oracle count, or excuse me, the Marine count is actually really, really scary right now. The thing is, we're going to have a lot of timings line up here. We have the +1 armor, stim, combat shields all finishing around the same time. I think we have some medevacs that are going to be on the way as well. And Parting, he actually doesn't have a lot of units here, man. He's got nice Revelation.
Wow.
There we go. That's going to at least keep Flash honest with this play here.
That was actually fake out by Flash, faking the move out and then trying to get the Oracle right away, but the Revelation didn't work out. The Vikings going to try to go for the Oracle, but the Oracles are slightly faster, but the Marines are there to intercept it.
All right, well, Oracle's permanently offline now for Parting, so he won't have any more annoying Oracles to harass his opponent with. And I really have to say that Flash, he's been cutting a few SCVs here and there to make this attack really strong, but is he going to actually commit to it? He's had the same army size for a while now, but he's not really doing anything with it, and Parting is actually not too far behind in supply at this point.
And also, behind this, Flash is taking a 3rd command center, so he's just trying to scare away his opponent, trying to make sure his opponent Parting does not take a 3rd base behind this too soon.
Yeah. Flash deciding it's not worth it. I don't want to go for the attack here. There's 2 Colossi. It's a narrow choke. It's not worth it.
Right. But if he just sits out there for a long time, then he's going to prevent his opponent from taking a 3rd base. And what Flash actually should do right now is destroy the rocks to the possible 3rd area so that he can go over there and destroy the Nexus as soon as Parting puts it down.
That would be a great idea. It's something for Flash to do at this point. The Marine is going to scout this and deny this expansion, killing off the probe. This is also going to force Flash into a strange position. Will he try to deny or delay this expansion further?
Well, he's still sitting in the middle of the main, waiting for the Vikings to come out, waiting for his upgrades to finish. And his number 1 priority right now is getting his own command center up first. He doesn't want to make a stupid mistake where he does deny the Nexus, but he's left with no units to defend against the 3 Colossus.
That's something important to look at. Stargate slowly getting picked off. The 3rd base is going underway now for Parting. It looks like it will be able to complete. I don't think Flash is trying to contest this third base at this point. Blink is about to finish up here. We have Storm on the way as well. If he gets the Storm before the Terran player finishes or decides to go for a timing, then things will go great for Parting.
Well, we're seeing Hellbat's being added into Flash's main army right now.
Yeah. So it looks like he may go for that SCV Marauder timing, but the problem is the Storm's going to be out, and once Storm is out, then...
Yeah. I mean, what's strong about the SCV Poland is specific against like either Colossus or Storms. Not for both of them. You don't have enough time to get those things, get both techs out. And with Flash not scanning around, only adding the Infinite Vikings right now, and only adding the Hellbats, if he actually goes for the SCV Poland, which he is doing,
well, he's got
that's
some.
only some. That's not as much as we hoped for.
I know, it's like Flash is kind of like, oh, I'm going to kind of commit to this.
You know, I want to be slightly different than Innovation, where I only pull some of the SCVs, but not all of them.
Nice drop from Flash, completely faking out his opponent there, forcing Parting back to his natural end.
But Parting doesn't care at this point because he thinks this is like a really strong all-in from his opponent.
Well, it's kind of an all-in, but not really, because he still has third base. He's actually only pulling like 5 SCVs here. Parting going to lose that third base here for free, essentially.
Yeah, in fact, this, you know, the SCV pulling, quote-unquote, that's only 8 SCVs in there.
There's also no ghosts in this army composition as well. That's something very important to note. Parting does have Storm out. I'm actually curious, why doesn't he have a High Templar on the high ground near that ledge there?
Well, he does have it on the ramp and just waiting until the very last second for Flash to actually push him with the SCVs. Yeah. But only showing 8 SCVs, that scared the Parting enough to a point where Parting did not push out on the map to take defend his third base. Yeah. So now it's like a reverse mind game at this point, where Flash was trying to fake out that he was going for the SCV all-in. And he has a really strong army. Yes, he doesn't have anything to deal against the Storms, and he still needs to be careful.
All right, here we go. Storm going down. It's decent. The second one, not amazing. Actually, never mind. It hits a lot of the Vikings. Storm's continuing to go down. Flash is eating up a lot of Storms here, but he may just have too many units here.
Yeah, because he didn't have the third base, Parting could not get enough units out to defend against
but beautiful
amazing
Storms. It looks like Parting will be able to just barely defend against this attack here. We have a few more reinforcements. More medevacs joining the fight here. Guardian Shield going down as well. The Stalkers in the back blinking forward. There's still a lot of Marauders in this army here, though. And the reinforcement Zealots here are going to force Flash back. He is behind in supply. Parting will be able to secure his third base behind this as well.
This is a victory that Parting really needed. If he didn't win the fight, he would have lost the third base, and the game would have been over at this point with Parting mining out back at the main base. Now this time around, Flash says, well, this is for real.
Time to bring more SCVs. If at first you don't succeed, try again. That's what Flash is going to do here. The SCVs are spotted. Do we have those crucial High Templar in this army? There's one Colossus that's about to finish here. We have some Storms over here on those High Templar, up to 5 High Templar.
I'm not too sure about this by Flash.
I don't know why he can break it. I don't think Flash can break it here.
I don't know why he pulled the SCVs. It's just going to get Storm right now.
Nice time warp going down. Not using any Storm on the SCVs there. And Flash has... He's actually even on supply here. Storm going on. Excellent Storm. Hits a lot of those units there. The Nexus Cannon just continuing to hit units here. And now we have a Colossus added into the mix. Flash, he is losing control of this game.
You know, Flash was thinking, now my opponent doesn't have enough Templars, enough Colossus. My SCVs can do a lot of damage, but this decision actually cost him the game.
I think it may have. It was still so close here. Flash trying to stutter step as much as he can. Nice Storm goes down. Hits a lot of those units. Another excellent Storms. They are just completely decimating this Terran army here. Flash now falling far behind in supply. 99 to 124. And there are still 4 Templars left for our Protoss player partner.
Yeah. So looking at the probe count to SCV count, 68 probes to 49 SCVs, but you know, both players are pretty much mining from 2 bases at this point, so Flash is saturated on 2 bases at this point. The biggest problem is when Flash starts to take a 4th base, he's not going to have enough economy. He's not going to have enough SCVs to saturate on 3 bases, and Parting now he's in a comfortable position.
Flash, he actually has been remaking SCVs. He's up to 52, but that's 68. Parting grabbing a 4th base in a pretty unlikely location here as well, so not a high chance of Flash actually really discovering this base. He wants to continue the pressure, but I mean, There's still that Colossus. There's the High Templar. Flash, he can micro all he wants, but the problem is his army composition isn't good against this. 2 great storms go down, hitting a lot of those units. Another good storm hitting as well. The Zealots moving in here, utterly destroying the Hellbats. Flash calls GG! Harding defeats Flash once again, this time in Pro League in the 3rd set.
You know, I'm thinking back in the game, and yes, Flash pulled some SCVs to try to show that he was actually going for the SCV all-in, and he faked out his opponent really well, got a free 3rd base for himself. The micro was good. Harding did eventually